pretty foggy here. Let's see what's going on. Check 1 2 1 2. Test test test. How's that, man? Can you hear me? Okay, Scott's on number 1. I'm on number 2. All right, hey, we've got 8 minutes to tip, so no coach's interview. Let's go. I'm ready. Night. Scott kicking off the 2017 basketball season.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. We've had a few weeks off since Carterville last played a football game. Now it's time for basketball season. Shane Hawkins has been looking forward to this night for many months.
6 minutes away from tip-off, and we're going to go on and take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about these Mount Vernon Rams and these Carterville Lions. You're listening to Lions Basketball on News Radio WJPF. Let's do 90, Brian. 90 here. I don't believe. Welcome back to Marion High School. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where we are getting ready for the first basketball game of 2017. Scott Hudson, last year, Carterville finished 2-3 in this tournament. The nice thing about the Pyramid Tournament is it gives you a good early season indicator where your team's at.
And especially for a school the size of Carterville. They're playing bigger schools like Marion, Mount Vernon, and Collinsville in this tournament. So they always say, the better competition you play, the better you're going to be down the road, and I think that's what Coach Hawkins likes about this tournament, plus the fact that Carterville's a 3A school now in basketball. You've got to get used to playing these bigger schools. So I think, it's going to be tough to win some of these games, but I think in the long run, it's going to pay dividends for the Lions.
Absolutely, and they're going up against a Mount Vernon team, Scott, that has a lot of experience. They returned several people. They're probably going to go 8, 9, 10 deep, and that's going to be important, not tonight so much and not tomorrow night, but come this weekend when they play 3 games in 2 days. Yeah,
when you look at Mount Vernon's team, last couple of years, they haven't had Mount Vernon Rams-type basketball teams. Doug Creel's back as coach, and I think, he likes to play, at times, a slow-down game, a little bit tedious at times on offense, but as you said, he's got a lot of returning starters, So that helps because a lot of these teams, we saw one in that first game. Heron has virtually had one returning starter. You look at Carterville, Justin Johnson is the only starter coming back that started almost every game last year. Of course, you have other kids like Dylan Moore, Luke Ford, who saw a lot of playing minutes. But it's going to be interesting to see how Carterville starts this game tonight.
Absolutely. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale offers a variety of business and personal banking services, including checking accounts, online banking, and mobile banking. For more information, stop by the Carterville Banking Center or visit the website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. It's so nice to be inside now for the rest of our broadcast, implementing his system with these Lions because they.
Well, that's a big headache out of the way, not having to teach your system, like he did last year in his first year here. So everybody's comfortable with the system. Everybody knows what's expected of them. When you look at this Carterville team, I think the one key for Carterville, the one player, is Justin Johnson. Again, he's the one that started almost every game last year for the Lions. He's got the most minutes of any of the Lions. And not to put a lot of pressure on Justin, but he's going to have more responsibility this year, I think. Leadership role, scoring more offensively with the loss of Beasley and Jackson and others. So, but then you got the big 6'7" senior Luke Ford, who can really dominate on the inside. So that's going to be fun to watch.
We're going to go on and take another break. It's our last break, and when we come back, we're going to have the tip-off as the Carterville Lions get ready to take on the Mount Vernon Rams. It's the Pyramid Plus tournament right here on News. We need to go 60 here, Brian. We're going to have to make up some here during the game. Outstanding. Thank you. And our post game is going to be abbreviated like give the score and dump out. So we'll do our best to get them in game. So. Back at Marion High School, it's Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson on a Monday night as we are beginning play in the Pyramid Plus tournament. The starting lineup for a lot of experience. They're going to start off with number 3, Zach Williams. He's a 5'8" senior. They'll also have O'Shea Harden, the 6'1" senior, wears number 15. Number 21 includes Jake Martin, the 6'2" junior. Lucas Cooper stands at 6 foot. He's a junior, wears number 22. And then they have Dylan Meyer, the 6'1" sophomore, wears number 35. Coming off the bench, probably number 1, Scott Hudson, their big 6'6" junior, Weston Brockhouse.
Yeah, you look at this Mount Vernon team, as you said, Dave, in the pregame, they've got a lot of experience. The one thing Carterville's going to have to do right out game, get in a transition. Carterville wants to play more of a half-court game, but they will run if the opening's there. It's not like Carterville's just going to play half-court all night. But you look at Mount Vernon, they got some kids that can get up and down the floor quickly.
So the Lions are going to start number 3, senior guard Dylan Valerius. They'll also start Justin Johnson, who wears number 5. Connor Henderson wears 13 for the Lions. He's the senior guard. You have Dylan Moore, the junior guard, wears number 24. And then Luke Ford, the senior, is getting the start tonight here this evening. And glad to see Carterville Luke in the lineup for the Lions. And it's like that size out there on the floor for Carterville.
And we already have one change. Weston Brockhouse, the 6'6" junior, is going to start this game. So that'll be an interesting matchup between 6'6" Brockhouse and 6'7" Luke Ford on the inside.
Easy for Coach Doug Creel. What a nice facility, Scott. First time I've been in Marion High School basketball gym. This is really nice. If you'd like to watch the game, you can go to YouTube. Just punch in Carterville Lions versus Mount Vernon Rams and then put in Pyramid Plus, and you'll be able to watch. Amy's over on the camera, has it going, and we're just a couple of minutes away from the start of this game as the Carterville Lions are being introduced right now. And for the Lions, as we mentioned, it's going to be Dylan Valerius. It's also going to be Connor Henderson. Henderson, the 6'4 senior. Justin Johnson, 6'3 senior guard. Dylan Valerius, 5'11. You have Dylan Moore at the other guard. Dylan is 6 foot, and then you have Luke Ford, 6'7 senior, in the center to match up against Weston Breckhouse. That should, like you said, that's going to be a nice matchup because Carterville really works to try to get that ball down in the paint. Luke Ford, if you remember, last year when we went to the Nashville game, he had injured an ankle, and that was the last time we saw him. Prior to that, but at his last 4 or 5 games before that injury, he was really turning it on.
Yeah, he was the most improved player from game 1 till his season ended with that foot injury. So, you know, you look at Carterville's squad, I think depth is another question mark with this Carterville squad. Do they have a number 6, number 7, maybe a number 8 guy that come off the bench and help? Doing last year.
Both teams are on the floor. WJPF. It's going to be O'Shea Hardin who controls the tip. And they are working from right to left. They are in their black uniforms with the red or the orange lettering. Carterville in their whites this evening. They are the home team. As Mount Vernon has it, they're working left to right. That is Hardin with the basketball, top of the circle with the left-hand dribble. Works it to the left side. He's guarded by Justin Johnson. Down to the left corner. They back it back out to Hardin. Hardin bounce pass near side to Zach Williams. Back to Hardin on the left wing. Right-hand layup, no good, but it's put back in by Lucas Cooper, and Mount Vernon leads it 2-0. Have a whistle and a foul, a push underneath. Think that's going to be on Mount Vernon's number 25, Weston Brockhouse, which helps. You want to see him maybe get some fouls on him. They work the ball down to Ford, but he turns it over for the Lions, and Mount Vernon is on the run. Hardin puts it up with the right hand, in, out, no good. The tip comes off to Valerius, and it's tied up, and we've actually got a foul that is being called on Hardin.
Yeah, twice on both of Mount Vernon's possessions, the Rams have gotten stickbacks. One went in, one didn't, so Carterville's going to have to do a better job of boxing out on the initial shot.
So it's Carterville basketball. 2-0, Rams with the lead. Valerius gets it to Ford between the circles. Gets it to Henderson, Connor Henderson over to Justin Johnson on the right wing. Dylan Valerius on the left side, back out to Johnson. Johnson with the right-hand dribble to Dylan Moore. Tries to get it down to Moore to Ford, and it's tipped out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, Jake Martin, a 6'2 junior from Mount Vernon. He's that Shane Hawkins would love.
Inbounds pass comes to Dylan Moore on the left wing. Out top to Justin Johnson. Left-right dribble, works it to the right side. That's Connor Henderson, back to Valerius. Now Dylan Moore to Johnson here on the left baseline. Backs it out, right-hand dribble, works it around. Jumper is good by Luke Ford.
Well, Ford just muscled that one in.
So it's Mount Vernon basketball, all tied at 2. 5:50 on the first quarter clock. That is O'Shea. Hardin with the dribble, drives it down the lane. Kick out pass to the right side, open for 3, off the iron, no good. Ford with the rebound as that. Carterville has it. Luke Ford has to go to the floor to get it, but he's able to control. Almost stepped on the in line. I think they actually called him for over and back.
Find somebody and then just threw it wildly down in front of the Mount Vernon bench and out of bounds.
So Mount Vernon has it. Hardin takes it across the timeline, gets the pick on the top side. They work it left side. That's Mason Memby over on the far side. Now back to Hardin. He loses the handle on it, turns it over. Ford picks up the loose ball, and Carterville controls. The shot by Dylan Moore is off the back of the iron from 3. That rebound comes off to Mount Vernon. Hardin steps across midcourt. They work the ball in the paint to Hardin, and there's a foul. That's going to be on Justin Johnson.
Both teams a little sluggish out of the gate, but you expect that. This is the first game of the year. There's got to be some butterflies as well.
So the ball's going to belong to Mount Vernon underneath their own basket. Being triggered by Cooper. Cooper takes the handoff, and it's out of bounds. They're going to say that is a turnover. Oh, it's going to belong to Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Valerius stepped into the passing lane, and good job to knock it out of bounds.
Lucas Cooper wears number 22, inbounds to Williams. Williams from the left to baseline.
Connor Henderson, a good defensive play on the low block. Got his big left arm around the out of bounds.
They get the ball into Hardin. He for Mount Vernon. He controls 4:28 here in the first quarter. All tied at 2. Both teams cold here in this first quarter. As they work it over to Williams in the right corner. Left-hand dribble brings it out top. That is Amar Spahn with the basketball. Needs help. Gets it to Williams. Williams at the free throw line. Passes off to Spahn. He gets the layup. And it's 4-2 Mount Vernon. Carterville has the basketball in the front court. As it's Johnson to Luke Ford. Ford in the paint. He turns it over. And the shot is put up. That is, I believe that's Williams that made that bucket for Mount Vernon. They lead it now 6-2.
Yeah, they've hit their last 2 shots from the field. Carterville's got to do a better job defensively.
Justin Johnson, top of the circle. Works it over toward the right baseline. That is where Dylan Moore is. Spin move, gets some help from Ford. Ford to Henderson, now to Valerius. He drives left side, right hand layup, no good. Rebound is off of Connor Henderson, and it's going to belong to the Mount Vernon. Vernon has a 4-point lead, 3:18 here at the Pyramid Plus tournament. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, thank you for tuning in this evening. Jackson Creel, the son of Coach Doug Creel, into the game, wears number 1, runs the point now. He takes it over to Spahn. Spahn in the paint, kicks it out to Pelton. Pelton loses the ball, turnover on Mount Vernon. Carterville quickly into the front courts. Justin Johnson. It's a step. Oh, we got a foul. It's being called on
Garby, I believe.
Grant Garby just into the game, picks up his first foul.
Well, Carterville is 1 for 3 from the field, and they've got 4 turnovers. Not the start Coach Hawkins was looking for.
In heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer. They service all brands. 985-2502 or go online, charliesairconditioningandheating.com. As Spahn drives down the lane, and he's called for a travel on the Mount Vernon Rams.
Yeah, once the Rams went to a smaller lineup, they've really kind of picked up the pace offensively. They've really tried to push things more.
So it's Carterville basketball. That's Austin Garby to Grant Garby, and they work it to Justin Johnson. Nice little float pass down to Grant Garby, and he's fouled on the shot and is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, the Garbys are going to see a lot. It's only going to make them better. Luke Ford on the bench right now.
So Garby's at the line. He's going to shoot 2. First one's off the back of the iron, no good. Second free throw coming, 6-2. Rams with the lead, 2:24 here in the first quarter. They make substitutions as Cooper comes back in, Harding comes back in, Creel checks out, also Simon Wilson checks out.
Tyler Biddle checks in for the Lions.
His first action. Garby's at the line, the second free throw. is good. Mount Vernon with the basketball. Harden, the 6'1 senior, O'Shea Harden. Where's number 15? Steps on midcourt, then across, guarded by Justin Johnson. Over to Williams, Zach Williams. He's guarded by Valerius. Now to Cooper. Cooper shot off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound comes off side to middle. Top of the key to Johnson. Right side to Johnson. Is
patient. They're not
a trigger. Carterville Lions. Junior. It's on the spot. Spawn left-hand dribble. Guard Williams. Mount Vernon, the 5-point lead, 8-3. As they're going to make it wait for the final shot. They get it in to Brockhouse. His shot is no good, out of bounds, and it belongs to the Mount Vernon Rams. And they're going to have 2 seconds to try and score here before the end of the quarter. Inbound pass to Williams. His shot is up and no good. And that ends the first quarter. It is 8-3, Mount Vernon with the first quarter lead. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. We'll do it, buddy. Welcome back to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF, brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson, the entire city of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Carterville has the basketball. They're down 8-3 at the end of one. Justin is on the board for Carterville.
Carterville needs to get hot offensively. They were only 25% from the field in the first quarter, 36% for the Rams.
8-5, 3-point lead for Mount Vernon. As we're just underway, as it is Cooper trapped by Johnson. Now they bring it out top to Jake Martin. Left side to Williams. Zach Williams with the basketball, guarded by Valerius. He drives the lane, right-hand layup, no good. Luke Ford gets the rebound. Carterville into the front court. Dylan Moore, left wing for three off the iron, no good. And Harden gets the rebound for the Mount Vernon Rams. Quickly into the front court. Harden with the left-hand layup is good. Johnson, he fires, and no good. And we have a battle under the boards. They're going to say a foul on number 21 for Mount Vernon. That is Jake Martin.
No, it's on Dylan Moore for Carterville. They were both going for the rebound, and Moore gets the bad end of the call.
That's his first personal foul. 10-5, 6:40 on the clock. Mount Vernon has it. Zach Williams, left wing, brings it top of the circle. That is Brockhouse. Now to Harden, O'Shea Harden. Takes it to the free throw line, leaves it for Brockhouse. He fires from the free throw line, no good. That is Moore with the rebound. Into the front court, Moore takes it. Left block, now to Johnson, now to Ford, who stands at between the circles. Justin Johnson now. Right-hand dribble around top of the key to Connor Henderson. Henderson looks for that backdoor cut. It was there, Valerius, but they didn't get the pass. Johnson drives it right-hand lane. His shot is blocked as O'Shea Harden went up and blocked Justin Johnson's shot. And JJ's going to go to the line.
Tonight, they need to make these free throws. Justin hits the first.
First one is made by JJ. Pulls Carterville within 4.
Start of this second quarter, Dave, Carterville had 2 very good looks, open looks from 3, and couldn't hit either one.
Carterville just down 3 here in the second quarter. 10-7, 5:50 on the second quarter clock as Mount Vernon has the basketball. That is Martin. He takes it to the right block up against Ford, and he travels with the
first quarter, but he saw Mr. Ford standing there, tried to go to his right, to his left, and Ford was still there.
I always shuffle my feet when I'm walking up on Ford, too.
Yeah.
Carterville has the pass.
You walk gingerly when you walk towards him.
Justin Johnson leaves it for Ford. He drives the right baseline, puts the shoulder down, and that bucket is good by Luke Ford. Nice job. Carterville down 1. 5. Zach Williams steps across the timeline, guarded by Valerius. Takes it left side for Mount Vernon. That is Cooper. Cooper now to Spahn. Spahn drives a lane, leaves it down low. They kick it back out. Now move in the paint. That is Martin. His shot is missed, but he is fouled.
Let's see who they get on this.
The foul is on Dylan Valerius. That's his first of the game. The free throw by Martin is no good.
If Carterville could just catch fire here in the second quarter offensively, they could
run away with it.
They could run away because Mount Vernon is not showing any signs to be a great offensive team right now.
11-9 as Johnson fires from 3. The rebound comes off to Martin. Quickly into the front court. That's Spahn. Spahn leaves it for Williams. Gets the ball back to Spahn. Left-hand layup off the iron. No good. Rebound by Martin, and he's fouled.
Well, that is their third offensive rebound in this first half, and Carterville's got guys in position to get those rebounds, but they're not blocking out, and they're letting the rain.
So the first one by Martin is good, as Martin now has is good. There's 3, so it is 13-9. Johnson works it near side to Henderson, gets it back to Johnson, left block, now back to Henderson, out to Biddle, who's toward the top of the circle. Left-hand dribble to Henderson, left wing, top of the circle now to Johnson, back to Henderson, left side. The ball's kicked away defensively by Weston Brockhouse. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, as soon as the ball is getting ready to the free throw line to double team.
Johnson has it on the inbound pass, working right side to Dylan Moore. Takes it to the free throw lane. Kick out pass to Biddle. He fires from 3, no good. Ford is there, but the ball comes off to Henderson. Left-hand layup, no good by Henderson, and Mount Vernon controls. So it's Mount Vernon basketball. Henderson had missed down underneath the bucket for the Lions. Rams have it. They get it in to Spahn. Backs down. Johnson puts the shot up. No good. But JJ fouls him And Spahn is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, JJ just didn't cut him off on the baseline. He let him get around him, got underneath JJ, and was able to go up strong to the glass, and JJ had to foul him.
So Spahn made the first free throw. It's 14-9. Mount Vernon with the lead. Ford checks out. Johnson checks out. So it looks like the Garby brothers check in. Spahn's second free throw, no good. Rebound comes off to Jake Martin. Spin move. Right-hand layup is good by Jake Martin.
Another offensive rebound that results in points.
As it's a turnover on the Lions, and the layup is no good, and there's a foul on the Carterville Lions. That is on Dylan Moore.
Well, if you're going to foul him on a breakaway, make sure he doesn't make it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what Dylan did.
So it will be Lucas Cooper that is at the line, shooting 2 free throws. First one is good.
Mount Vernon starting to make a lot of points from the free throw line in this second quarter.
And when you look at the fouls, as the second is good by Cooper. 2 fouls on Valerius, 2 fouls on Johnson, also 2 fouls on Moore. Carterville turns it over again. Mount Vernon on the run. They get it to Williams, and he's able to get the bucket. 20-9. We're going to take a break as well. Timeout. Carterville Lions. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. This is a 30. This is a 30, please. Back at Marion High School, it's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Just a moment ago, Carterville was only down 3. Now they're down 11 with 3 minutes left in this second quarter.
Yeah, several turnovers, some stick backs by Mount Vernon. They've also gone to the free throw line, hit some free throws. 6-point deficit going into the half.
Foul on Zach Williams of Mount Vernon. 20-9, 2:50 remaining here in the second quarter. Carterville basketball. They work it near side to Henderson. Top of the circle to Moore. That's going to be on Jake Martin of Mount Vernon. So Garby is going to be at the line. I thought the throw is good.
Carterville, Dave. Carterville only has 3 field goals in this first half.
Garby's second free throw on the way. It is Jackson Creel checking. .235 left in the second quarter. That is Spahn, top of the circle. Kick out pass to Cooper. He takes it down the baseline. Back to Spahn, who fires from just inside the 3-point mark. And it's good for Spahn. 22-13. Creel with the basketball. Gives it to Spahn. Spahn drives down the right side of the lane. It's fouled on the reach-in by Dylan.
From the top of the key, drove the lane down the right side, and
12-point lead for the Rams. 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Austin Garby to Henry. To Grant Garby. Where's number 32 to his brother? And Mount Vernon has the basketball. As Spahn, nice little kick out pass to the left corner for the 3-ball, no good. That shot taken on Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Coach Creel's not real happy with Brockhouse's shot selection. You're up by 12. That's not the shot you want to be taking.
Spawn. Austin has second one coming. Off the back of the iron, no good, and the rebound comes off to 25 here in the second quarter. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. First game for the Carterville Lions of the 2017 basketball season. Brockhouse, top of the circle to Cooper. Cooper, he is guarded by Stritzel. They work it over to the left side. Spawn now, top of the key. He's pressured there by Austin Garby. Nice job. Brockhouse relieves the pressure. Excuse me, takes the dribble and works it to Pelton. Pelton finds a cutting Cooper, right hand layup, no good. Ball's on the floor, and Carterville's going to come away with it. Stritzel on. Seconds in the second quarter clock. Carterville down 11. They get it to Ford. Ford on the right elbow. Behind on the shot. That is going to be on Spawn, and he's not a happy camper.
Yeah, Coach Creel from Mount Vernon is not happy with the call, but what he didn't see was Spawn coming from behind to hit Ford. It wasn't Brockhouse in front.
And that is Spawn's second foul as Ford hits the first free throw for the Lions. 25-15, 19 seconds left here in the first half. Second by Ford off the back of the iron is no good. So Mount Vernon now with a chance to score. Going in at halftime. 10-point lead for the Rams as it is Cooper, drives the lane, kicks it out to Brockhouse. He works around to the right side. That is Pelton. Pelton now to Cooper. Fire. The end of the first half. 25-15. Halftime show is next. NewsRadio WJPF. Sounds like a plan. Welcome back to Marion High School. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. The first game at the Pyramid Plus tournament for the Carterville Lions. Carterville down 10 here at the half. 20. Let's start first with the 25 points for the Mount Vernon Rams. For the Carterville Lions, they're led by Luke Ford, who has 5 points. Grant Garby has 5. Justin Johnson on the board for 4. And Austin Garby has 1 free throw. That is the 15 points for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Carterville shooting the ball, only shot 31% from the field, only 4 field goals in that first half. Carterville had 7 turnovers. Mount Vernon out-rebounded the Lions 12-9. 4 of the 12 rebounds for Mount Vernon were offensive rebounds. That has to change in the second half. Also, early in the second quarter, Carterville pulled to within 1 at 10-9, and from that point on, Mount Vernon went on a 15-6 run to get to this 10-point lead. Carterville's been patient on offense, but they're having trouble getting the ball into Ford when he's in the game. And right now, there really hasn't been anybody for Carterville to show that they're going to be that outside threat. And I know it's just the first game, so a long season awaits us. But Carterville's going to have to hit some outside shots, take some outside shots, and make them to open things up on the inside, whether it be for Garby or Ford.
Well, and for Carterville, 60% of their points have come from inside the paint. They passed up a couple of really nice looks from three, and they've missed a couple of really wide-open three-point shots as well.
Yeah, Johnson and Moore both missed threes at the start of the second quarter that could have got them even closer in this ball game and maybe had a little bit of a run going there, but they weren't able to knock those down. And Mount Vernon, they play very aggressive defense. They play man-to-man defense. They get in your face. They get in your grill. And Carterville is having trouble getting anything. I think the big thing with Carterville this year, Dave, is who's going to be able to, if anybody, create something off the dribble drive, because you got a lot of guys like Moore and Biddle on the outside, and even maybe Valerius, who we didn't see a lot of in that first half. Who's going to be the guy that steps up and can take the ball to the hole, that can create, break a defense down, and then make a double team have to come and stop you, and then there's a Ford or a Garby wide open. But somebody's going to have to be able to take that ball and take it to the hole, because if you're a set shooter, when you play teams like Mount Vernon that have the talent they do, you're not going to have time to set and shoot the ball.
25-15, we are at the half here in the first game for the Carterville Lions for 2017. We're going to go on and take another break. We'll continue on our halftime show coming up next on News Radio WJPF. That's what? Now, mine are not as accurate as what yours are, because I've missed some rebounds and things. So.
That's pretty cool. Everything's working.
Yep. I've wanted to do this for a couple of years, but thought we'd see how this works. We're going 2 here, right, Brian? Okay. We'll come back. I'll do this read, and then we'll dump back out again. We'll be good. What? Back at Marion High School, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Carterville down 25-15 here at the half. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, proud to be locally owned and operated community bank. Stop by and visit their friendly and professional staff at the Carterville Banking Center. 200, about 2 minutes away. WJPF. Okay. The strip sheet's right there. The strip's right here.
That's all right. I still got 8.
Welcome back to Marion High School. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Scott, Carterville makes some buckets, some open looks. They're in this game.
Yeah, they came out cold, obviously, in the first half from the field. I think the other thing Carterville's got to do in the second half offensively, they got to value every possession because Mount Vernon is probably going to be very patient on the offense, run some time off the clock, so that's going to be less possessions that Carterville's going to have. So you've got to turn your possessions into points, or you've got to create some turnovers, as we say in football, and turn those turnovers into points. But Carterville's still in this ball game, only down 10. You know, Mount Vernon had a little bit of a burst there in the second quarter, but Carterville's still in this game. They just got to get a little bit better on both ends of the floor.
As we said, Carterville is led in scoring by Luke Ford and Grant Garby, each with 5. Mount Vernon is going to have the basketball to start play here in the second half. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Coldwell Banker Preferred Realty. They're happy to support Carterville Lions sports. There's a reason. We are preferred. You can find out why. They're located on West Plaza Drive in Carterville. 8 minutes on the clock. Here we go in the second half of this. Mount Vernon with the basketball. That backdoor cut to Williams is wide open, and that's a nice way to start off the second half for Mount Vernon. Carterville wearing in their whites. They're moving left to right, the far side from us. Valerius in the left corner gets it into Ford. He turns the ball over for and Mount Vernon leads at 27-15, the 12-point lead. Carterville has the basketball in the front court. Dylan Moore, left-hand dribble. He traveled with the basketball. That's another turnover on the Lions.
Not the start you wanted if you're a Lions fan. Two turnovers already and 2 easy buckets for Mount.
To Cooper. Cooper, the layup off the bottom of the rim, but Luke 29-15, a 14. Bottom of the rim, but Luke 29-15, a 14-point lead for the Rams. Carterville has it, trying
about this team than maybe the last few years. So it's going to take some time.
You know, they lost some major leadership players last year in Beasley, Jackson, and so who are going to be these players that step up this year to run this offense? And Mount Vernon gets it to Harden. Harden, little float away jumper, no good. Ford with the rebound for the for the Lions rather. Carterville has it in the front court. Johnson to Valerius, drives the left baseline. His shot way too strong, and Harden comes off with the rebound. In the front court, Harden dumps it down low for Brookhouse. Brookhouse wasn't expecting the pass.
Control.
Carterville basketball now. Johnson on the left wing, gets it into Ford. Left elbow, turn around, jumper off the front of the iron, no good. That rebound controlled by Mount Vernon. They slow things down. Zach Williams steps across the timeline. Valerius on him. They get it to Brockhouse, and he's fouled.
Quarter that Carterville has allowed a guy to go baseline right in front of us, and at both times it's resulted in a foul.
Go to Brockhouse, spin move, turnaround jumper is good. Valerius now brings the ball across the timeline. 31-15, that's the lead for Mount Vernon. Dylan Moore now to Johnson. Johnson, he's fouled. That foul is on Lucas Cooper of the Mount Vernon Rams. That is the first foul on Cooper. Carterville basketball. Valerius to Henderson. Henderson now to Ford. Between the circles, right side to Johnson. Johnson takes it in the paint, dumps it down the left corner for Moore. Moore to Henderson, now to Valerius. They work it back around, left side, down in the paint. Turnover off the hands of Luke Ford. Quickly into the frames, guarded by Valerius toward the right. 31-15, Mount Vernon with the lead. They work it around. That is. And a foul. That's actually on Martin. So Carterville has it. 31-15. Rams with a 16-point lead. Nice pass into Dylan Moore. His shot is up and good. Nice assist there.
Moore quickly to the hole.
31-17. 4:08 on the third quarter clock. In the game now, that's Simon Wilson for the Carterville starting to pick up the intensity defensively now. On Mount Vernon, Carterville quickly into the front court. Dylan Moore tries to get it down low to Ford, and he turns it over. Mount Vernon basketball.
Pass has got to be quicker, or you can't telegraph it.
As they get it over to Jake Martin. Martin now. Oh, what a nice move, but he misses the shot, and we have a tie-up on the ball. Valerius
staying with it. There were two Carterville players that should have.
Austin Garvey has the basketball. Now back to Austin Garvey. Gets a little opening, bank shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Spawn for to the Rams.
Carterville needs to try. Going into the fourth quarter, that'd give him a shot.
They just need something to get the momentum.
The third quarter have not played that well on the offensive end. And this is where Carterville needs to take advantage of that. As you said, Dave, they need to hit a big three or get a couple of steals and get some buckets in transition. Anything to get jump-started.
So it's Carterville basketball. As we have a whistle and a foul on the Lions. Who are they going to get? 25? Nope, they're going to give it to Zach Williams. The foul. And Carterville controls the ball. Valerius will trigger the inbounds. Another whistle and a foul. That is going to be on Lucas Cooper on the inbounds pass. Carterville once again underneath their own bucket. Pass comes out to Garvey, to Johnson, now to Stritzel. Stritzel not moving, looks for some help. He can dribble. You can dribble. There you go. Now he takes it over to Johnson, who fires from three, in, out, no good. Rebound comes off to the Mount Vernon Rams. And the bucket on the other end is good by Jake Martin for Mount Vernon. 33-17. 1:35 on the clock here in the third quarter. Carterville has it. It's Austin Garvey. Wants to get it down low. Now works it to Valerius, to Johnson, now to Stritzel, left corner. He's guarded by Harden. Back to Garvey. Garvey, right-hand dribble, leaves it for Johnson. That's a turnover on the Carterville Lions. And that is Cooper that gets the layup runner for Mount Vernon.
Turnovers are killing the Lions.
That is number 12 as I have it. And another one on the Lions. Here come Mount Vernon Rams. And that is Lucas Cooper with the layup and the foul. Is on by the Carterville Lions. Do a 60. That's fine. Did you get to see her before the game? She okay? Back at the line, shooting free throws. So it is a 37-17, 20-point lead for Mount Vernon. 50 seconds on the clock. Another turnover on the Carterville Lions. The runner. And they have 8 points off those turnovers.
And another turnover and a foul
on the Lions. And a foul. The foul is on Tyler Biddle. That's his first. So the ball belongs to the Mount Vernon Rams. 29 seconds. 39-17. 20. The key guarded by Biddle, killing time, waiting for that last. Is that no good? And that is how we end the third quarter. 39-17. It is Mount Vernon with the lead. We'll be back. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years, proudly supporting Lions basketball. 985-2502, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com.
Carterville just needs to try and win this quarter. Get some momentum going into tomorrow night's game against a very good Collinsville team.
39-17. Toward the left wing. Right hand 9-17. Toward the left wing. Right hand dribble. They work it around the right side now. Brockhouse to Cooper. Lucas Cooper. Left, right by Moore. Man-to-man defense by the Lions to O'Shea Hardin. Hardin, he's guarded by JJ. Over on the the Mount Vernon Rams.
One of the question marks for Carterville this year, maybe the biggest question mark, who's going to assume the point guard position? You know, losing Beasley really hurts, and is it going to be Valerius? You know, Biddle has played some there tonight. Neither have had much success.
Right now it's Valerius who dumps the ball off to Dylan Moore. His three-pointer is no good, doesn't hit anything. And it is a rebound by the Mount Vernon Rams. The ball comes off to Hardin, and he's fouled as he takes it to the rack. Is that on number 33?
Let's see who they get that.
That was a pretty good foul. And they're saying the foul was before the shot, so it's Mount Vernon basketball. Underneath the basket, Cooper spins in the paint, tries to get it down low to Brockhouse. He fights the ball, and Mount Vernon turns it over. Carterville has it on the run. That is Henderson. Well, he should have went up, but he tried to get the ball down to Ford, and another turnover on the Carterville Lions. We have a whistle and a foul.
I've got 16 turnovers for Carterville. Again, when you play a team like Mount Vernon who has every possession take about, seems like 2 minutes or so off the clock, you have a lot of turnovers. That's fewer possessions you're going to get, and you're never going to be able to win that way.
And they whistled Luke Ford for another foul. So Luke has the ball. It goes out of bounds just below us here in Marion. What a nice gym. This is my first trip here to Marion High School. I'm surprised now.
First time I've been here in 2 years, but they've done some remodeling. Of course, the booth we're in right now is brand new.
Beautiful facility, and it's nice to see as the shot from Martin is no good for Mount Vernon. They call a foul on Mount Vernon's Dakari Pelton. So it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Dylan Valerius takes it across midcourt over to Dylan Moore. 39-17, the 22-point lead. If you missed the first game, Luke Ford with the bucket for the Carterville Lions. If you missed the first game, Heron got just hammered by Collinsville, 63-23. Top of the circle, misses, but he gets his own rebound and the layup, and he gets the whistle and the foul.
That's a microcosm of this entire game for Carterville. Wide open shot from Mount Vernon. They miss. Nobody blocks the shooter off. He comes down the lane, goes to the glass, and gets fouled.
Williams, so it's 42-19 now. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes to go. Valerius is able to float one home for the Lions. 42-21, Mount Vernon basketball. Into the front court, Pelton. They work it over toward the right side to Williams. Williams, left-hand dribble toward the top of the circle. Now back to the right, floats down, gets an opening. His shot is, his ball was...
Carterville not doing a very good job of cutting off from the baseline and forcing the play back to the outside.
Nobody stepping in front. As the shot was no good, and now Jake Martin tries to shoot, and he's fouled. That is the third foul on Luke Ford. So, Martin is at the line. For the Rams.
Yeah, he missed the first one. Barely drew iron.
Now Henderson checks out. Austin Garby checks in for the Lions. 42-21. 21-point lead. 22-point lead as the free throw is good. Carterville has it. Johnson gets it down low to Ford, puts the ball on the floor, and it's stripped from behind, but he gathers it up, puts the shot up, is good. Somehow he's able to muscle that one home.
That was just strength. That was just strength.
Pelton in the backcourt. He's 20-point lead for Mount Vernon. Foul was on Dylan Valerius.
Well, I guess the best way to put it, Dave, is this Carterville team with all the seniors and leadership they lost from last year's team. This is a work in progress. This is something that's going to take a little time, and they're going to have to find out who can be the ball handler. They got to find out who can be the guy that can hit the outside shot. Well, it's going to take some time.
And the good thing is, Carterville's going to have a chance to look at this tape, but the bad thing is, they don't have any practice time before their next game.
Nope.
They'll come back here tomorrow night, 8:30 is the game as the Carterville works it down to Ford. He's able to bank that one home for the Lions. And Ford has 11 points so far in the game. Just under 4 minutes. Mount Vernon has the basketball. That is Spahn. The ball's tipped in the backcourt. Nice pressure defense by the Lions now, but they're able to break that pressure. And it is Creel that gets the layup runner for the Mount Vernon Rams. Carterville basketball. Gets it to Ford, to Valerius. Valerius takes it left side, leaves it for Justin Johnson, drives the baseline, puts his shot up off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound comes off to Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon into the front court. Creel to Spahn. Spahn over toward the right side, guarded by Austin Garby. Makes a move on Garby, takes it right to the rack, right-hand runner, no good, but he's fouled by Justin Johnson.
Well, Mount Vernon, besides in trouble because then somebody's got to come over and help. And when that happens, it creates what we like to call in hockey an odd man rush. And Mount Vernon's just really put on a clinic here in this second half of breaking the Carterville defense down.
Spawn has 9 points in this game. Fidel Campbell checking in for the Carterville. Justin Johnson checks out. 3:13 in the fourth quarter clock. Spawn has his second.
Luke Ford,
Carterville basketball. Stritzel fine, trying to get it to a wide open Ford, but the pass was tipped off. Now Mount Vernon in the lane as it is Jennings that takes a shot, misses, rebound by Spawn, but we got a whistle.
I believe it's on him, but he did come in over the back trying to get that rebound.
So, Fidel Campbell will be shooting free throws for the Lions. 48-25. Luke Ford checks out. Grant Garby checks in. Coach Shane Hawkins has a little message for Luke as he comes to the sideline. Campbell's free throw is no good. Campbell's able to battle for the rebound. Valerius to Garby. Garby back to Valerius. Leaves it for Stritzel, who fires from three from the left corner. Luke Stritzel.
That's Carterville's first three of this game.
How about that? So Mount Vernon has it. 2:30 left. We're going to have a very abbreviated post-game show as Creel misses from three for Mount Vernon. And it's going to belong here. I believe Marion has the third game of the night.
Against Meridian.
So we're going to have to make way for our buddies from the other station. 48-28. We play now tomorrow night, Scott Hudson. 8:30.
8:30. We'll take Wednesday off, come back 8:30 on Friday night and take on Heron.
Yep. And so join us about 8:15. Depends on how the early games go. Another turnover on Mount Vernon. Carterville gets it down low. Fidel Campbell has his shot blocked from behind. Stritzel, his shot is no good, but he's fouled. That is going to be on number 30, Wilson of Mount Vernon. Stritzel misses the first free throw for the Lions. So 8:15 or so will be our pregame show. Tomorrow you can join us here on NewsRadio WJPF. Don't forget you can watch the games online on our YouTube channel as well. Free throw, 1:49 now. Remaining two, that is Tyler Biddle. Number 24, Jennings, as he makes the first free throw.
Collinsville, the K-Hawks, Carterville's opponent tomorrow.
And they knocked off the Heron Tigers in the first game this evening, 63-27. Carterville's...
and it's going to take some time.
So we have 1:20 remaining here in the ball game. Carterville with the basketball. 34 for the Lions. That's JT Conwell. Has it in the paint, turns it over. Another turnover on. 19th turnover on the Carterville Lions. Make that 20. As again, it is Jennings that's able to make the bucket for. Nice backdoor pass to Campbell. He can't control. Kick it out to Stritzel. Fires from about 18. No good. Rebound is on the floor. Mount Vernon comes away with it. As Mount Vernon's able to get it down low. That is Wilson with the bucket. 55-29. Shot no good by Carterville. Comes back out. Pearson, and now for Mount Vernon, it is Wilson that gets the buckets. Mount Vernon kind of pouring it on us here at the end, but that's how it ends. 57-29. That is the final as the Mount Vernon Rams knock off the Carterville Lions. 57-29. We play tomorrow night at 8:30. We'll have the broadcast starting at 8:15 right here on News Radio WJPF. From a partner, Scott Hudson, for AV on the video, I'm Dave McKenzie. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. 57-29. Mount Vernon knock off your Carterville Lions. We'll talk to you Tuesday night on News Radio WJPF. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Brian.